The human face of God is Jesus Christ, the Word of God made flesh, made human. Because of Jesus, nothing that is human is foreign to God. No one is too small or weak or insignificant or uninteresting for God. He is fascinated and delighted by every single person. Jesus is God coming to meet us. He knows what it's like to be one of us. He knows what it's like to be you. Through Jesus, God promises to show himself face to face to those who live in love. So in your prayer, ask God to show himself to you in the face of Jesus Christ, and pray that you won't miss him when he comes. This is the personal encounter of the heart of the seventh circle of prayer. Sometimes this encounter happens when you're praying quietly on your own. Suddenly you know that your prayer is not an empty silence or a monologue, but a conversation. But God is unpredictable. It may be that he'll show himself to you when you're not thinking about him at all, but when you're busy with a routine chore.
As you know, I'd like you to take over the southwest, an area which...
God also likes to spread his friendship around. Sometimes he'll show himself to you in the conversation of friends and colleagues. He'll slip in sometime when you're trusting one another and speaking the truth.
Now, we have a market share at the moment of approximately 25%.
Sometimes the encounter happens at a dark and lonely time. Through Jesus, God experienced what it's like to feel rejected and betrayed. He might choose a time of deep pain and loneliness to reach out to you and call you by name. The Christian church is built on thousands of these unique, personal encounters. It celebrates them in its worship. It gathers them up in its central prayer to God, the Eucharist. The Eucharist gathers up the prayers of every individual believer, past and present. It uses the ingredients of an ordinary family meal. It is celebrated by a group of people coming together in openness and trust.
And do keep in touch.
It remembers terrible human suffering and the hope that springs from it for all mankind. Here, in this service, all the concentric circles of prayer are gathered together and focused in one point. There is silence, space, seeing, suffering, touching, listening, and finally the encounter which is at the heart of it all, God and you, face to face. Perhaps it's time for you to make the first step. For the first time, or for the second, third, or 100th time. We always start from the beginning.